Are you looking for the best iPad keyboards? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best iPad keyboards on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Logitech Combo Touch. If you're looking for a mid-range folio keyboard that offers edge protection for your iPad and a detachable keyboard portion, we recommend the Logitech Combo Touch. Note that the Combo Touch has specific variants compatible with select iPads, including older 11-inch iPad Pro, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Gen, 12.9-inch iPad Pro, 5th and 6th Gen, and iPad Air, 4th and 5th Gen, models. Lastly, Logitech has a closely related product called the Logitech Combo Touch for iPad Pro, which is compatible with the 11-inch and 13-inch iPad Pro, M4, models. Just note that these are a bit different, with a slightly thinner design and some material changes, including a new metal covering instead of fabric. Just like both Apple Magic Keyboard for iPad keyboards above, the Logitech Combo Touch uses a smart connector. You won't have to charge the keyboard as it'll draw power straight from the iPad. That said, it has a more traditional folio case design with rubberized edges that can protect against small bumps and scuffs when you're out in the world. On the back of the case, there's a sturdy kickstand to prop your iPad up at a comfortable viewing angle. The keycaps have a nice soft touch coating to add some grip, which is helpful as the tile-like keycaps can be slippery. There's also a big trackpad for on-screen navigation, and there's even a cutout in the folio for charging an Apple Magic Pencil. Overall, this folio keyboard doesn't quite feel as premium as the Apple Magic Keyboard for iPad options above. However, it offers the same foundational features with a bit more protection for your iPad at a mid-range price point. Number 2. Logitech Flip Folio. Our best mid-range pick is the Logitech Flip Folio keyboard, which is compatible with 11-inch and 12.9-inch iPad Pro and iPad Air models. Contrary to the keyboards mentioned above, the Flip Folio doesn't use Apple's Smart Connect connector, it uses regular Bluetooth, which opens up a lot of doors when it comes to compatibility. It can also pair with up to 3 devices simultaneously, with shortcut keys that make it easy to switch between paired devices. This gives this keyboard a lot more flexibility, as it would allow you to use it not only with your iPad, but also with a phone or a computer at the same time. The Flip Folio runs on 4 replaceable CR 2016 coin cell batteries rather than a rechargeable internal battery. The battery life should last up to 2 years with an average use of 2 hours per day, according to Logitech. Typing is quiet, and the switches are smooth, but the layout feels a bit cramped on the 11-inch variant. You will most likely need a few hours to adjust to this layout. The overall build quality also takes a dip compared to the more expensive options above. The materials used lean toward cheaper plastic and polyurethane fabric materials. Performance-wise, this keyboard is tuned for battery life rather than speed, so it has a low polling rate and inconsistent latency, making it unsuitable for fast-paced gaming. There is no backlighting and no trackpad, which can require some getting used to, as moving your hands from the keyboard to the iPad to move around the interface isn't the smoothest experience if you need to manage multiple windows without using a standalone mouse. That said, if you don't need to multitask, the package is flexible and very competent while being relatively lightweight and portable. Number 3. Logitech K780. If you plan on using your iPad as part of a larger, multi-device setup, you may want a more permanent solution at your desk. The Logitech K780 is an excellent choice for a wireless, standalone keyboard to use with any model iPad you have via Bluetooth connection. Along the back, there's a tray with a rubber coating that provides a good grip for holding your devices. The tray runs the whole length of the keyboard, so you can easily hold an iPad and a smaller mobile device, and the tray provides a slight tilt, so their screens stay at a good viewing angle. It connects wirelessly with up to 3 devices, and you can switch between devices using the F1/F3 function keys. Since it uses 2 AA batteries for power with an advertised battery life of 24 months, you don't have to worry about carrying around charging cables or frequently needing to recharge. The typing experience feels satisfying thanks to the well-spaced keys, rounded keycaps, and low-profile design. Alternatively, if you don't want a full-size unit, as you plan on bringing your iPad to cafes or other tight working spaces, check out the Logitech Pebble Keys 2K380S, which has a 75% compact layout. This smaller form factor makes it more portable, and it's typically more affordable to boot. However, it doesn't have a device tray or stand for your iPad, so you'll have to get a separate case or get creative in how you prop up your mobile devices. Number 4. Zagg Pro Keys for iPad, 7th, 8th, and 9th generation. The Zagg Pro Keys is the best iPad keyboard for people who type a lot on a 7th, 8th, or 9th generation iPad. In a relatively small field of trustworthy competitors, the Pro Keys is one of the best keyboard cases to type on thanks to great keyboard hardware and a proper key layout. What sets it apart are the extra features on top of the great typing experience: backlit keys, a removable inner case, 2 viewing angles, and the ability to pair with 2 devices. It does everything that the next best option for 2021 and earlier iPads, the Logitech Slim Folio, does just as well, and it does many things better. The keyboard has all the keys you'd find on a laptop, and they're all in the correct location, something that many other iPad keyboards get wrong. The entire keyboard is smaller compared with a laptop's, but the difference is more noticeable on the miniature modifier keys than on the letters. Tab, Caps Lock, Shift, and Command, for example, are still wider than the letter keys, but not by as much as they are on a full-size keyboard. The Pro Keys doesn't have an escape key, we often miss having it. But that particular trade-off is very common, as few iPad keyboards include an escape key. Even so, getting used to slightly smaller keys and their rounded square shape is easier than having to relearn where a bunch of keys are every time you switch from your computer to your iPad. The Pro Keys also offers a nice array of iPadOS-specific special function keys in a half-height row across the top. And each key is backlit, with 7 available colors and 4 brightness levels. Number 5. Logitech Combo Touch for iPad. If you're willing to spend a little more money to type on your 10th or 11th generation iPad, you can get a trackpad, a detachable keyboard, and more protection with the Logitech Combo Touch keyboard case. Although Apple's new Magic Keyboard Folio is excellent, you get more for less money with the Combo Touch. It provides good coverage along the bezel, safe for the cutout for the power and touch ID button, protecting the corners while providing clear access to the microphones, speakers, and USB-C port. The case draws power from the iPad Smart Connector, so it doesn't need a battery and doesn't need to be charged. Logitech also includes a rubber loop above the FaceTime camera for you to place a first-generation Apple Pencil, a Logitech Crayon Stylus, or another option, something that even Apple neglected to do on its Magic Keyboard Folio. The Combo Touch's kickstand, which supports up to 50 degrees of travel, can go as low as 20 degrees for write/sketch mode, though many people are likely to keep it in the 60-degree type/view position. The keyboard can also detach from the case, and you can carry your iPad around in what Logitech calls read mode, as well. The Combo Touch's keyboard is great to type on, with adequate spacing between the scissor mechanism keys. These keys offer up to 16 levels of backlight brightness to type in daytime or under dim lighting with ease. You'll also find a top row of iPadOS shortcut keys. On this model, Logitech added 2 new buttons for the 10th gen iPad, a dedicated dictation button for taking voice notes, and a dedicated